Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. Today, it is the second of two on this Western Canada Wednesday, and we have the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames facing off here today in the Battle of Alberta. It is the second Battle of Alberta game in a live commentary stream this season. Overall, in terms of all Battle of Alberta games, I believe it is the third of four that these two teams will play. It is in Calgary, of course. As we get ready for puck drop here in just a moment, national anthems are starting up. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. You have Devin Cooley in net for the Calgary Flames. On the other side, I believe it is Tristan Jarry. NHL.com lied to me. So it is not Dustin Wolf in net. This graphic is incorrect, but I believe the other side is Tristan Jarry. Very good goalie, though. 4-0, 1.75 goals against average in live commentaries, a .911 save percentage. He's overall very good in Watch with Nordic streams. This season, he's been subject on the Pittsburgh Penguins, though, for sure. The struggles have certainly been there. Devin Cooley playing in his second live commentary here tonight as we get ready for puck drop here in just a moment. Again, everybody, welcome to the stream. Subscribe down below if you're new. You enjoy the live commentary that I provide. We do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 teams. All right. Just pulling up everything that I need here. A little bit behind. I did everything else, but I forgot to pull up the other stuff here on my laptop. All right, national anthem coming to a close, and only one anthem here tonight, obviously, as it is a Canada-only matchup. Alrighty, there you go. That is the end of the Canadian anthem as we get ready for the third Battle of Alberta this season and the second in a live commentary stream this year. This is the fourth. Sorry, I don't know why I thought this was the third. I can't read. Starting goaltenders here on both sides. Tristan Jarry is in net for the Edmonton Oilers this season with the Oilers. 15-6-2. An .895 save percentage. Those are his stats with Pittsburgh as well. Numbers could be better, but hopefully they will be good here tonight. And on the other side is the one and only Devin Cooley. 6-6-3 this season. A .921 save percentage. That .921 is one of the best in the NHL. It is the fourth and final Battle Alberta this season. Unless these two teams face off in the playoffs, which I doubt. I'm not going to lie to you. Alrighty. The last game of the Olympic break, before the Olympic break for both teams. It is the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers in the Battle of Alberta. And we are underway. Face-off is won back by the Flames. Dumped into the zone there. Kuznetsov played back then behind the net. Nurse trying to get that one out of the Edmonton zone. Now Gridden down low then for Frost. Frost up top. Shot from Weegar goes wide. Played back then by the Oilers. Right side, Frederick. Up top, Nugent Hopkins, a shot on Cooley. He makes the save. First shot of the game for the Oilers. Puck is slid all the way back into the neutral zone. Darnell Nurse will regroup as the Oilers get their top line of guys out here on the ice. Darnell Nurse holds the puck. Both teams coming off of losses against the Maple Leafs. Here's Backlund now through the zone. Backlund battling for it then with Matt Savoy. Nurse will poke check it away. Sharangovich keeps it in the zone. Fed back up top to Kevin Ball. Ball throws it back around then behind the net. Back over to Savoy, who puts it to center. Intercepted then by the Flames. Back around then behind the net. Emberson picks it up for the Oilers. Kasperi Kapanen battling for it then alongside Coronado, who tries to break that puck the other way. It's dumped back in on Cooley. Now back for Kevin Ball. Up to Nazem Kadri on the tape. Kadri cross-ice pass blocked there by Edmonton. Now Emberson back up to McDavid. Here's McDavid through the zone. Pass up then. Right side Podkolzin. Dumps it back around then behind the net up top for Evan Bouchard. Last time we streamed the Oilers, it was a 6-5 overtime win against the Caps. It was a damn good game. Tripping here on the Oilers, and we will get our first power play of the game, and it'll be in favor of Calgary. Looks like it'll be Evan Bouchard who will get the penalty for tripping. Heading over to the sin bin, and the Calgary Flames will get the first power play of the night. Last time we streamed these two teams in the Battle of Alberta, it was a 4-3 win for the Calgary Flames. It was off of a 3-0 comeback, and it was the first game of the season for both these teams back in October. And that is the only time to date we have streamed the Battle of Alberta. Face-off won by the Flames. Sharangovich a shot. It's batted away by Jari. Oilers will bank it out to center. Curtis Lazar will dump it back down low now. Shorthanded, battling forward alongside Zane Parekh, who holds him against the boards. Taken back then by Calgary. Connor Zary off the boards for Sharangovich. Sharangovich now will fight for it here in the corner. Back up top. Parekh to Frost. 1:30 to go here on the power play. Emberson battling forward with Sharangovich. Sharangovich slides it around. It'll come out of the zone. And now Parekh will be forced to regroup. Flames are just 1 for 10 against the Oilers on the power play this season. Missed pass there for Kadri. A poke check by McDavid. And Kadri was tripped, but no call. Here's Coronado now through center. Coronado into the zone. Stolen back then by the Oilers. Oilers' PK is as exact 50% in its last 5 games. Kadri through center. Pass to Greedon. Up top then Weegar. Pass back over. A shot. And they score! Jonathan Huberdeau on the power play. Puts it past Jari. And the Flames on their first shot make it 1-0. And I didn't even notice it at first. A lot of bodies there blocking my way of Huberdeau. And a quick shot there. Jonathan Huberdeau, his 10th goal of the season from Mackenzie Weegar and Matvei Greedon. And he does a little selly there. Feels like every single point that Greedon gets, we're commentating it. It's actually nuts. But Jonathan Huberdeau, his 10th goal of the season. The fact that we're in February and he only has 10 is a little bit surprising. You think he'd be a little bit better than that, but once again, first goal, first shot for the Flames. And a penalty here off the draw. And it's on Calgary. So immediately we go from a Calgary power play to an Edmonton power play just like that at the flick of a wrist. Or flick of a switch. And an illegal check to the head is the call. As Hanley got Savoy. Ooh, he did get him up there. And that will be a power play here for the Oilers to start off their campaign now on the PP. The #1 power play in the NHL will get a shot to tie the game. 31%. Calgary's PK, though, is 6th. So that overall is generally very good, too. Face-off now in the Calgary zone. Won by the Flames. Cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Jari. Back over then behind the net for Bouchard. Bouchard will drop it back then for Draisaitl. Draisaitl to McDavid with speed. McDavid breaks in. Goes into 3 Calgary Flames. Immediately loses the puck. And Calgary clears all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Now McDavid back over then for Draisaitl. Draisaitl will cross over the red line. Back over then for McDavid. McDavid into the zone. Pass up to the point then. Draisaitl Down low, McDavid on the goal line. Draisaitl in front, and they can't get it past Cooley. Couldn't even get the shot on. Draisaitl back to McDavid, a shot. What a stop by Cooley. He got over there in time. Whistle is blown. And the skate blade comes off of Devin Cooley's skate. I'll say that at least 5 times tonight. Don't worry, guys. And Kuznetsov will have to pull Cooley over to the bench. I know we've commentated a lot, and it's pretty common, but I haven't seen this in quite a little bit. Goalie losing their skate blade, but what a stop by Devin Cooley on the McDavid one-timer. He slid all the way over, got it directly in his chest. And a nice little tape-to-tape pass. Swiftly denied. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Also, like the stream as well. Highest PK since the calendar year has flipped over to 2026. The Flames are number 1, 92% PK success rate. And that speaks very well again for itself. Hopefully it will be able to kill off this Oilers power play, which again is number 1 in the NHL. Face-off won by the Oilers. Down low now, Draisaitl behind the net then for Hyman. Right side, McDavid intercepted there by the Flames, who will clear to center. Halfway through the man advantage. McDavid back down low to Bouchard. Jarry nearly fell backwards. Here's Hyman now through the zone. Warps it back around. Pass back to McDavid. McDavid takes it back behind the net. Connor McDavid. Up top, Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid back down low. Pass in front. Shot on is denied by Cooley. Looks like that was from the air. Now Bouchard up top. McDavid. Right side. Takes it around now behind the net. McDavid up top to Bouchard. Bouchard back to Nuge. Nuge to Bouchard. Bouchard holds it. Back to Nuge. Down low. Puck goes above Cooley from Hyman. Now Nuge and Hopkins here up top. Back to Bouchard. 10 seconds left. Nuge. Down low, Draisaitl. Shoots it. He scores! Leon Draisaitl from an impossible angle makes it possible. And the Oilers have tied the game. And it's always Leon Draisaitl from those impossible angles. And what a set of hands by Leon Draisaitl. Oh my goodness. And just kind of flicks it in there. Maybe not an impossible angle. I'll take that back. Maybe not an impossible angle. It looked a little impossible from where I was watching the play, but not that bad. Still pretty impressive, though. Leon Draisaitl basically had the goal line. And we are tied at 1 just like that. And this is going to be one of those games, ain't it? 28th goal of the season by Draisaitl. Assists are Nugent Hopkins and Evan Bouchard. Leon Draisaitl, one of 2 players in live commentary history to have 30 points. 3-on-2 now for Edmonton. Off the boards is Szymanski, one of the new rookies here for the Oilers playing tonight. Down low now, banked all the way out to center. Draisaitl with his 1,035th point ties Messier for 5th in Oilers history. Pospisil now at center. Back to Hanley. Hanley trying to dump that one down low. Cleared all the way back down into the Calgary end. Hanley behind the net. Back to center. Pospisil poke checks the center. Here come the Flames the other way, and a penalty being called here against the Calgary Flames yet again. Oilers will head back to the power play. Leon Draisaitl with a shattered stick there on the ice. But that does not stop us from 2 goals already, both on the power play. Huberdeau and Draisaitl. 6 minutes gone in the first. 1-1. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new. Also like the stream as well. It helps out with bringing more people into the commentary. Let's do our status report here tonight. Take a look at the changes here. Oilers did not hold a morning skate after the loss on Tuesday. They traveled from Edmonton. Jarry, again, making the start after Ingram started last night. The Flames did have an optional morning skate. And obviously, Cooley here in net tonight. They lied to me on the lineup sheet here, even though they say it in the status report. Scratches tonight for both sides. Oilers scratching Alec Regula. That's the only change they got. And then Braden Packel and Hunter Brucevic still out of the lineup for Calgary. Injured guys, Adam Henrique out with an upper body. Jake Bean, Samuel Hanzik, Johnny Beecher, and Blake Coleman still out for Calgary. Coleman, again, one of their biggest trade assets, I would argue. Obviously, if that's going to happen, it will happen after the Olympic break. As today we had the roster freeze. We'll go over all that in the first intermission report. So stay tuned for that. Penalty coming up here against the Flames. It's Ryan Lomberg to the box for a broken stick. And the Oilers will get their second power play of the game just like that. Best power play in the NHL already, 1 for 1 tonight. Looking to go 2 for 2, the clean 100%. Face-off coming here now in the Calgary zone. It's Backlund versus Draisaitl. Face-off won by the Oilers. Bouchard will clear that one around behind the net. Hyman back to Draisaitl. McDavid. Up top, Bouchard back to McDavid. Draisaitl to McDavid to center. Can't get the shot on. Now Nugent Hopkins on the right side. Flames get it back. They will take it to center. Backlund will chip that one then into the Edmonton zone. Now Bouchard will hold it back in his zone and gives it back to McDavid. McDavid back to Bouchard. Draisaitl to McDavid. McDavid comes to center. Doesn't fire it. Now pass in front. And Hyman nearly tucked it in, but couldn't get it through. Flames clear. Shots 3-1 here in favor of the Oilers. Not a lot of offensive chances for either side. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl. Draisaitl circling back around, feeds it back up top. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid pass in front, jabbing at that puck. And stolen back by the Flames. And it comes out of the zone, so they blow it dead for offsides. Shots now 4-1 in favor of Edmonton. And McDavid did have a did transition himself into a 1-on-0, but couldn't get the shot there on Devin Cooley. Face-off here now outside of the Calgary zone. One back by the Flames. They will dump it all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Breaking it now the other way is Bouchard. Intercepted. Backlund. Dekes in alone on Jarry. Pass over! Off the post! Oh, that would have been awesome. Here come the Oilers back the other way. Draisaitl. Back to McDavid. McDavid. Wraparound chance. Save. Rebound is in front. Back up to Bouchard. Stolen back by the Flames. And cleared. 13 seconds left to go here on the power play. Goals from Draisaitl and Huberdeau, KFB 8. 1-1. Through the zone now is Roslovic. Power play comes to a close. And a chance in front there for Roslovic. Denied by Cooley, and it goes up and out of play. 11:43 left to go here in the opening frame. We are tied. Only One shot for Calgary so far. Tristan Jarry holding a 0 save percentage. Go Flames, go. Love to hear that. We'll see if they can get the win, bro. And a wraparound chance there for McDavid. Swiftly denied. Nice play. Calgary, 8 shorthanded goals this season. They nearly got their 9th. That's the most in the NHL. And hey, if you're able to not only have a good penalty kill, but also score shorthanded, it's very useful. Obviously. Coronado battling for it on the right side. Podkolzin keeps it in the Flame zone. Shoots it wide of Cooley. Now Kapanen dumps it around behind the net. Pick back up, then down low. Here's Kapanen. Stolen back then by the Flames and cleared all the way back into the Edmonton zone. Shot 6-1. Wallman trying to throw a cross-ice pass. Stolen back then by Gridden. Gridden fires it on. Saved by Jarry. His first save of the night. Kick back down low behind the net. Now Ekholm through center then. Wallman back up for Frederick. Through the zone, Samasek. Now Gridden brings it into the zone. Up top, drop pass down low then, Huberdeau. Up top, Hanley. Trying to poke check it away. Stolen back then by the Oilers. Here they come now, Lazar. Pass back over then. And a shot on Cooley is denied. And a good reaction there with the left pad by Devin Cooley, who has had to make some big saves tonight. Shots already 7-2 in favor of Edmonton. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. We are now almost 70 subscribers away from 4,500. It's crazy how much we've grown these last couple of months. Down low now, White Cloud trying to clear it around. Kept in then by Edmonton. Slid back up top then, Emberson. Drops it back to the point. Nugent Hopkins. Banks it down low to the corner. Now ball to the right side. Huge hit down low by Klapka. Now Emberson up top. Back over then. Pass it from Mangiapane. A shot. Nearly got one against his former team. And off the crossbar. Whitecloud tries to clear. He'll get it to center. Klapka through the zone. Dekes in. Avoids a hit. He can do that with that size. Now Emberson on the right side. Hit. Now Savoy knocked down low then by Lomberg. Poke checked out to center. Weegar. Right side to Kuznetsov. 9:30 left to go here in the first period. Pospisil back over then for Coronado. Coronado intercepted there by the Oilers. Draisaitl to Kapanen. Kapanen comes in, wraps it around. Backhand saved by Cooley. He will cover. 9:23 left to go, KFB. I appreciate that. That sounds cool. 9:23 left to go. Cooley just made the save. Great save by Devin Cooley, who has stopped 7 of 8 so far. 9:23 left to go. 1-1. And that being said, folks, it is time for our Watch with Nordic trivia question of the day. And this one is a simple one. It should be very, very, very easy. Who has the most points all time in the Battle of Alberta? This should be incredibly simple. You guys should get it. 9 out of 10 times. It's the most obvious choice out there. It is not active. It is the most points by any player in Battle of Alberta history for both sides. Try to not use the internet. You shouldn't have to. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a very easy answer. And leave your guesses in the comments. It is all time, not active. So I just want to put that out there. It can be anybody. It can be somebody from the 80s. It can be somebody from the 2000s. I will reveal the answer at the end of the first commercial break of the third period. I will not tell you whether you're right or wrong, so you have to wait. It's the suspense. But again, as always, thank you all for tuning in. We do that trivia question every single commentary. I believe this is our 5th stream doing it. We've done it a few times now. I don't know, KFB. All right, on a commercial break here. 9:23 left to go. Jonathan Huberdeau, highlighting him here, 4 points in his last 5 games. Had just 2 in his previous 14. He's been picking it up here recently. Face-off in the Calgary zone, won by the Flames. 2-1 the other way. Kadri with Zary. Kadri moves to center, fires it. It goes up and wide. Zary battling for it now with Jake Wallman. Trying to get it free. It slides back to the left side. Now Darnell Nurse off the boards to center. Here's Savoy. Savoy a backhand behind the Calgary net. Puck is slid all the way back into the Oilers zone for yet again another icing. And 8:48 left to go. Shots 8-2. And a nice little 2-on-1 chance there for the Flames. Kadri moved to center. If he could have got that one on, maybe. Face-off again here in the Calgary zone. Mackenzie Weegar with the assist on that goal extends his point streak to 3 games. Banked all the way out to center. Stolen back to by Farabee. Farabee 1-0. He's in! Shot wide! Jarry might have got a stick on that. If he did, what a stop. He had a wide open net there, and if Jarry got that with a stick, holy. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid around behind the net. Poke checks it around, then back down low. Ekholm battling for it then with Whitecloud. Zach Hyman trying to get it free. McDavid. Puck up in the air, then Podkolzin battling for it. McDavid behind the net. Up top, Bouchard. Bouchard waits, fires it, tipped, and wide. Now McDavid below the goal line, feeds it up top, Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid down low now below the goal line once again, fed up top, Bouchard. Back to McDavid. McDavid warps it back around past the center, blocked by Ball. Played back then by the Oilers and cleared all the way out to center. Puck will go back into the Edmonton zone for an icing. And they really got a stick on that. What a stop by Tristan Jarry. Oh my gosh. And they're showing off the Farabee breakaway. It went through Bouchard's stick. Farabee went in. Jarry got a piece of it. Face off in the Calgary zone, won by the Oilers. Nugent-Hopkins fires it on, tipped by Whitecloud. Stays in play. Draisaitl back down low then, Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back behind the net then. Up top for Wallman. Wallman to Draisaitl. There's a lot of glitches going on in the Sportsnet broadcast. Here's Coronado. Shoots it. And a pad save there by Jarry. Played off the boards, now back to center. Kuznetsov. For Huberdeau, poke checked away. Taken back then by Morgan Frost. Frost trying to deke in. Takes it back down low. Gridden. Up top to Weegar. Weegar to Gridden. A shot blocked. Played back over then for Roslovic trying to clear. Stolen back then by Nurse. Darnell Nurse. Holds it down low then behind the net. Wallman to Nurse. Nurse to Roslovic. Shots 8-4 in favor of Edmonton. Roslovic will dump that one down low. Puck goes up and out of play as it was dumped into the zone. Flames starting to get a few more opportunities here over these last couple of minutes. But again, 2 power plays for the Oilers will rack up a lot of shots. 6:45 left to go in the first period. Face-off won by the Flames. Zary will dump it into the Edmonton zone. Emberson now battling forward with Lomberg. Back here now in the Edmonton zone is Szymanski. Will try and feed it to center. Stolen back then by the Flames. Klapka up top. Klapka comes into center. Drop back then. Puck comes out of the zone. And now Calgary will be forced to regroup. Perek. Back then through center. Pospisil will dump that one into the zone. Goes behind Jarry. Ryan Lomberg gets his stick flung away from him there. Now Emberson fighting with Klapka. Back down low in the corner. Klapka. Up top ball. Back to Perek. Down low now. Kadri battling for it then. He's tripped. And that'll be a penalty. And the referee saw that clear as day. And now we'll get another Calgary power play. This time, it is going to be against Spencer Stastny. And we will head to commercial break yet again. Thank you all for tuning in. Flames power play coming up. Very well played and very enjoyable game so far. I must say. Oh. Ah. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Calgary Flames power play coming up here in just a moment. We streamed Calgary on Monday against Toronto. It was a 4-2 win for the Maple Leafs. Stastny to the box for tripping on Nazem Kadri. And we will see the Oilers head to the man advantage. Face off here now in the Edmonton zone yet again. Lazar versus Kadri. Coronado now versus Lazar. Face off one back then by the Oilers. Bouchard will clear it all the way back into the Calgary zone. Flames are 1 for 1 on their power play. With their only shot, they're just a 15% success rate at home. Coronado back to Kadri, back to Coronado, intercepted there by the Oilers now in their own zone. Bouchard will dump that one all the way back down the other way. Here's Weegar now back behind the net then for the Flames. Pass up to Gridden. Gridden comes in on the breakaway. He scores! The first shot again. Matvei Gridden, a power play goal. And the Flames regain the lead. Their first power play goal came on the first shot, and now their second power play goal comes on the first shot as well. Hello from Sydney, Australia. What's up, man? Welcome to the stream. It's probably morning there, right? And what a great A chance there for Matvei Gridden, who now has himself a multi-point game tonight. Just his third goal, and assist from Devin Cooley off of that play. Weegar with a multi-point game as well. And it's a 2-1 lead for Calgary. Up top, Ekholm back to Bouchard. Bouchard down low, Draisaitl. Intercepted, Backlund down low then. Right side, Kevin Ball trying to clear. Now into the zone. Draisaitl trying to race for a cross-ice pass. Couldn't get there in time. All right. Here's Sharangovich back up to Backlund. Backlund to Sharangovich. A shot gloved by Jari. 240p. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm way off. Thank you, though, Boston. I appreciate it. Appreciate the sub. Yeah, I was way off. Holy crap. Yeah, 10:40 here. At least you guys get your games, like, you know, in the afternoon or in the morning. Wouldn't mind me some morning hockey every now and then. You never get it. I don't even know what the earliest game has ever been on the East Coast. We'll be live tomorrow for 2 games. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Shots 8-6. Face-off won by the Flames. Weegar at the point, fires it on. It goes wide. Delay penalty here against the Oilers. Klapka fires it on. It goes wide. Puck slides in front. Oilers touch. And just like that, we are going to get a Calgary Flames power play for the 3rd time. Do I have a favorite team? Yeah, I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan. But don't worry, I'm not a mean Flyers fan. Like some people say I am. Nah, we're good. Another Flames power play coming up. Their 3rd of the game. This time it's Nugent Hopkins. They have scored 2 power play goals already tonight. All 3 goals have come from special teams. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Calgary zone. Oh, you're a Kraken fan? Nice. Are you like a new... Well, you probably are if you're a Kraken fan. Are you like new to the sport? Here's Coronado back to Huberdeau. Coronado fires it on. And that one goes wide. Now Bouchard played ahead. Here's Savoy. 2-on-2. Puck goes in the air and hit out of the air by Cooley. And out of play. Logan Cooley, we should mention that is his first career assist in his NHL career. Again, his career is obviously not very long. Nothing matters anyway. We're all going to die. If you guys know what I mean. What an opportunity. I think that went off the post. Did I stream the Mammoth Flyers game? I wish, man. I wish I streamed that. That is the stream that really got away from me. Not really. Watch the highlights. Oh, okay. Nice. Or NHL 24. Both are fun games. A minute and a half to go on the Calgary power play. Face-off is in the Flames' end. It's a shorthanded draw for the Oilers. Podkolzin now versus Huberdeau. Here's Parekh. Drops it back. Flames bring it now through the zone. Sharangovich will dump it into the Edmonton end. Stastny battling for it down low. Coronado trying to get it free. Right side then down low. Zary picks it up. Down low. Up top Parekh. Parekh to Frost. Pass in front. Shot denied and cleared the other way. It might have been blocked in front. Not 100% sure. Halfway through the power play. They're saying it was not. And Bouchard to center, and we got a whistle blown. I appreciate that. Yeah, we do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 teams. The Olympic break is coming up soon, so we do have a break between from tomorrow or from Friday to the end of February. We will be live for the Olympics, but NHL streams will be put on hold, obviously. Gridden will dump that one now into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard back then the Kadri. Pass in front. Coronado a chance. Denied by Jari in front. Played back up top now. Weegar. Weegar to Kadri. Down low. Coronado. Fed up top. Weegar down low. Hooby-dooby-doo a shot. And that one is denied. Huberdeau back up then for Weegar. Weegar to Coronado. Coronado pass back Kadri. Kadri up top Gridden. To Weegar. Back to Gridden. Back to Weegar up top. Two of them multi-point games. Time winding down on the power play. Huberdeau down low. Coronado a shot. And it goes wide. I think Jari got a piece of it. Here's Weegar. Fires it down low. Kadri. Up top Huberdeau. And good movement by Calgary on that power play. But the Oilers kill it off. Here's Connor McDavid now with speed. Intercepted by the Flames. Klapka. Through center, tries shooting it. He fans on that puck. Taken back then by Jake Wallman trying to regroup. Nurse. Cleared back into the Calgary end. Pass in front. Draisaitl a shot. Can't get it on. Now Hyman. Behind the net back to Draisaitl. Battling forward with White Cloud and can't get it there. Here's Klapka now on the right side. Back to Lomberg. Cleared back into the Edmonton zone. Wallman battling forward with Klapka. Klapka gets it all alone. Played back to Lomberg. Lomberg will dump it behind the net. Kadri loses an edge. Picked back up then by Mangiapane. Fed down low for Nurse. We are approaching the final minute of play here in the first period. Kind of a longer first period here, it felt like, with all the penalties. Bank back down low into the zone. Kept in by the Oilers. Backhanded. Up top, Emberson. Emberson to Nuge. Tipped in front. Saved by Cooley. Now Farabee. Banked out to center. Szymanski keeps it in. Roslovic. Right side. Pass up top. Shot. Save. It's blocked in front. Now taken back by Kadri. Kadri. Pass back to Farabee. Stolen back by the Oilers, or at least they try to. Kept in by the Flames. Coming in, White Cloud. Dekes in, fires it. Blocked. Less than 30 to go. Farabee. Pass in front to Kadri. Oilers trying to get that one away. Now Kadri up top to Ball. Ball over a shot. And White Cloud fires it wide. Puck will come all the way back into the Calgary end. Cooley will play the puck. Ball will fire it back down low. 5 seconds left. Oilers one last chance. McDavid in front, a shot saved by Cooley, and that'll do it. End of 20 minutes of play. Shots are 11-10 in favor of the Oilers. 3 goals, 2 from Calgary, 2-1 Flames at the end of 20. What's your suggestion? That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the second period momentarily. All right, that being said, we'll get ready for our intermission report. Here in just a moment, we're going to talk about the games so far. We'll go over the games around the NHL, and we'll talk about the recent news around the NHL as well, so stay tuned. I'm going to put the trivia question real quick while I take a breather. The question was, who has the most points all time in the Battle of Alberta? It is active and former players, so this answer should be pretty obvious. Don't overthink it. Ooh, goal horns, that's a good idea. All right, I'll be right back. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you are new. Alrighty, it is time for our intermission report here from the Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta, as the Flames have a 2-1 lead over the Edmonton Oilers after 20 minutes of play. Let's go through the game here so far. You start off with the goals. First off, Jonathan Huberdeau on the first shot of the game on the power play for Calgary. It's a simple little breakthrough into the zone. It starts off with Weegar at the point. Good movement from Gridden. Pass to Huberdeau, who just fires it past Tristan Jarry. Does a little celly. And it's 1-0 Calgary. The next goal, Leon Draisaitl, also on the power play. Scores from essentially not an impossible angle, but an angle you don't see very often. A little flick up with the puck. And gets it top corner there on Devin Cooley and ties the game at 1. Another power play goal. Then the last one at the 14:44 mark is off of Cooley leaving the puck behind the net. Then Weegar sends a cross-ice pass to Gridden. He comes in, shoots it through Jarry. And the first shot again on that power play makes it a 2-1 lead for Calgary. Overall, I thought both teams played a well-played period. Power plays for both sides. Refs were calling a lot. All right. Just uploading a clip here. But Calgary definitely got the better end of that period for sure. Obviously, they were winning it. All right, trying to upload the Gridden clip. Then we'll go over the other games going on around the NHL because we have a lot of news to discuss. So other games around the NHL currently, 2-0 Avalanche. Or we'll go through the games that have concluded. A shootout win for Florida against the Boston Bruins. That's a huge 2 points for the Panthers, trying to keep themselves alive in the playoff race. Blue Jackets and Blackhawks is 4-0 shutout win for the Blue Jackets. And again, it's been phenomenal here for Columbus. They've played incredible. They are now, I think, 2 points back of a wild card spot. Or not a wild card spot, a divisional spot, which will get them into the playoffs. They've played awesome. Habs and Jets, we live streamed that game. 5-1 win for Montreal. 3-point games from Gallagher and Anderson gives them the win. And then Wild versus Predators. Matt Boldy with a 5-goal game makes it a 6-5 overtime win for the Minnesota Wild. And what better way to do it? 3. Wait, no. What? It was lying to me. A hat trick for Matt Boldy. I was looking at it wrong. I thought he scored the overtime winner and the game-tying goal. No. A hat trick for Matt Boldy. He overall on the game had 4 points and a 6-5 win. Sorry, I was reading my screen wrong. I thought it said 5 goals for Boldy. Games that are currently going on right now. 2-0 Avalanche against the Sharks. All right, let's do this so I can pull up the stream really quick. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I got the stream pulled up. So 2-0 Avalanche on the Sharks. 2-0 Mammoth on the Red Wings. Nick Schmaltz and Sean Dursey through 40 minutes of play there. Stars and Blues tied 2-2 in the second period of that game. Oilers and Flames, 2-1 Calgary, obviously. And then Canucks Golden Knights is scoreless. Kings and Kraken 3-1 Seattle through the first period of that game. 3 unanswered goals for the Kraken. And you see a great night of hockey here on all accounts for every team. All right. With that being said, let's get into the news around the NHL because it is now that time. Let's start off with the quote-unquote biggest news of the day. Artemi Panarin traded to the Los Angeles Kings in exchange for Liam Greentree, a conditional 2026 third, and a conditional 2028 fourth. The conditions on that pick is that the Rangers will get the better of the LA or Dallas third, which will upgrade to a second if LA wins a round. So if they win a round this year in the playoffs, they get an updated second round pick. And then that fourth round pick will be granted to the Rangers if the Kings win 2 rounds. So I guess Rangers fans are pulling for the Kings, I guess you could say. So we'll see what happens there. Also, 50% salary retained. I love it for the LA Kings. They get a guy who is absolutely incredible. And again, has had a great season. For the Rangers, it's like, I feel like, for me, it's a very, very underwhelming return. I know Panarin had that no movement clause kicking in, so obviously that prevented them from getting a, maximum amount of assets they would want. But it's still very disappointing. I figured they would be able to get, Greentree and a first. If it was Greentree and a first, I'd actually be okay with it. The fact that they don't get a first-round pick in that is nuts in my eyes. It's actually crazy. Can't believe it, honestly. But I guess it is what it is. The other trade that happened today, Nick Bjugstad to the Devils in exchange for Thomas Borderlow and a conditional 4th-round pick. So a nice little pickup there by the Devils, I guess. I think Tom Fitzgerald, he's kind of doing a panic move here. I think he's scared to lose his job. I'm not going to lie to you. And he should. He should lose his job. He was horrible as the GM for the Devils. They really need to change that. Hopefully they will be able to here when the end of the season comes. Because it looks like they're not going to fire him mid-season. So might as well just give up on that dream. All right, just updating this here real quick. Also in the news today, Caleb Jones was suspended by the NHL for 20 games due to using performance-enhancing substances. So very interesting thing going on there. So rough go there for Caleb Jones. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I should probably just get this done and then I'll talk about the news. All right. All right, now I'm updated and ready to go. Okay, going over the Gavin McKenna news. And we got to talk about this. So Gavin McKenna was reportedly charged with aggravated assault and 3 other charges due to a bar fight. And yeah, it's a pretty rough situation. This guy's obviously one of the highly touted draft picks. The rumor is, from what we've heard, is that he was defending something that the person was saying about his mother. But apparently the person who was saying stuff about that and harassing McKenna and his family, it was reportedly that the guy had like a concussion. He had a broken jaw in 3 different places, and he also had 3 broken teeth. If it were one punch, I think they don't really bat an eye at this, I'm not going to lie. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot worse for people. I don't know. When you have that much damage to your face, there's no way it's just one punch. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no way it's just one punch. But we'll see what happens there with McKenna. Very rough situation. Very. If you can't tell, I'm tired. Ready to go to bed. But first off, we got to commentate this wonderful stream. And we'll get ready here for the second period in just a couple of moments. There's about like 5 minutes. Shots are 10-10 at the end of 20 as we prepare for the middle frame here in a couple minutes.
Slalom move that he makes almost out of respect for the Olympics. Okay, we're not going to show it, but he drives right in front of the net. I can't wait to watch that as a Canadian fan moving forward. Yeah, Leon Draisaitl, Josh Szymanski will represent Germany. Leon's going to be the flag bearer for the German Olympic team on Friday in the opening ceremonies. And the one for Calgary is Martin Pospisil. And it's a really cool story with Martin. Remember, he was on the for Slovakia.
Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 70 subscribers away from 4,500. So every sub is greatly appreciated. Flames got this. We'll see if they can get it. We shall see.
Without a doubt, and you can sense that excitement. You can see it on his face, and obviously he'll be a huge part of that team. Will play a lot. Quickly to round out the Olympic story, a guy like Zach Hyman making a case for himself as of late. Well, look, as of right now, Braden Point is still up in the air. He's with his health, and I think Zach Hyman would be a phenomenal fill-in. The way he's played since he's come back.
Just looking on my phone, guys. Give me a couple moments.
Since December 31st. And look, we watched Sidney Crosby leave the game twice last night with apparent injuries. It's still not too late for someone to get hurt. I certainly don't like talking about that, but it's a possibility with Zach Hyman. Well, and a nice little salute here inside the building to the Olympians, including a few of the Canadian staff from the city of Calgary, Canada.
All right, second period coming up here in just a moment, guys. We are almost there.
Bubbles are too big. I went to film school for this. At NJM, we don't do mascots. We do what's right when things go wrong. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. I'll have another.
We'd rather not resort to a virtual resort. This is much better in real life. It matters where you stay.
Are the Oilers coming back in this game? Maybe. They do have very talented offensive players. Wouldn't be the first time.
Book your spring break travel now. Hilton or the Stay.
Is your asthma rescue a dinosaur? Air Supra is the only asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections, or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Ask your doctor if Air Supra is right for you.
Tradition is everywhere. In the cold, in the rain, in the roar of the crowd. It brings us together and brings out our best. Tradition drives every step of what we do to make Tostitos the traditional way. Starting with whole corn kernels to make almasa from scratch. With no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. Because when it matters this much, we do things the right way. Tostitos. Tradition matters. Official chip and dip sponsor of the NFL.
Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of the second period here between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers in the good old Battle of Alberta. First period recap, goals were scored by Jonathan Huberdeau, Leon Draisaitl, and Matvei Greden. As the Flames have a 2-1 lead through 20 minutes of play. Stats through 20. Shots are 10-10 apiece. Face-off percentage is a clean 60% in favor of the Flames. Power plays, Oilers 1 for 2, Flames 2 for 3. Hits are 9-3 Flames. Block shots 4-1 Flames as well. We just crossed over the 1,000 mark for this stream. Thank you all very much. As we start the second period between the Flames and the Oilers. Face-off back in the Calgary zone. Now battling for it. Picked back up by Frost with speed. Right side now Weegar. Weegar comes in, shoots it wide on Jari. Up top then Huberdeau tries to backhand it down low. Stolen back then by the Oilers through center. Clear down low. Mangiapane racing for it. Gets hit across the boards then by Kuznetsov. Now down low is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Nuge behind that. Mangiapane to Nurse up top. Darnell Nurse dumps it back behind the net. Huberdeau to Roslovic. Stolen back then. Roslovic tried to throw a pass to Nuge and taken back then by the Oilers. Regrouping now with the puck. Nurse will dump that one back down low. Here's McDavid coming in. Fires it on Cooley. Cooley makes the save somehow. Back up to the point. Bouchard. One-timer is blocked. Bouch gets it back. McDavid down low. Pass in front. Hyman a shot. Blocked. Oilers get it back now. McDavid. Up top Bouchard. Bouchard waits to McDavid. McDavid gets hit off the puck. Huberdeau tried to send Griden on a breakaway, but it does not get there. Now Bouchard through the zone. Evan Bouchard up top to McDavid. Cross-ice pass to Ekholm. Ekholm to McDavid. McDavid to Ekholm. Ekholm loops around. Back to McDavid now below the goal line. Podkolzin to McDavid. Pass over to Hyman. Can't get it there. Oilers regrouping now with the puck. Bouchard to McDavid. It goes off of McDavid's stick back down low to the corner. Now Kuznetsov trying to get it away. And here come the Flames the other way. It's a 2-on-1. Kadri with Griden. Kadri comes in, fires it, and it goes off of Jari and wide. Now through the zone, battling for it is Hyman down low. These two lines have been out there for a little bit now. Here with speed, Backlund. Through the zone, Coronado. Pass over Sharangovich and shot it wide. Now down low, ball to Coronado. Up top, Sharangovich to Coronado. A shot blocked. Now Backlund. Intercepted. Kept in the zone by Calgary. Sharangovich to Backlund. Backlund trying to feed it past the center. Now Coronado battling for it in the corner. Draisaitl to Stastny. Stastny off the boards then. Savoy brings it around Whitecloud. Fed back up to Draisaitl. Pass down low. A chance! And Kapanen gets robbed in front by Cooley. Shots are 11 apiece here through 3 minutes of play in the second period. Flames lead by a goal still. Calgary gets it back through the zone now. Trying to send a pass up to Klapka, who will take it back around behind the net. Wallman pass in front. Stolen back then by the Oilers. Draisaitl thrown back down low. Picked back up then by Wallman. Cross ice pass all the way in. Just around Cooley, who gets brought out of his net. Little collision here down low below the goal line. Flames will get it back. They will clear all the way back to center. Oilers regroup now. It's Darnell Nurse. Through the zone now. It's dumped down low. Lazar loses his stick. Now Hanley up top. Stastny. Stastny waits. Pass over. And a chance there for Lazar. Can't get it on with a new stick. Puck slides out to center. Emberson. Racing for it then is Zary. Poke checked away there then by Jari. Around behind the net, Szymanski. Through the neutral zone. Stastny will clear. Racing for it with speed is Janmark. Janmark fighting with ball. Whitecloud will take that puck now through center. Sends a cross ice pass up then for Farabee. Stolen back then by Bouchard. Evan Bouchard in the corner. Back to Nuge below the goal line. In the Edmonton zone. Shots 11-10 Calgary. Pass up to Mangiapane is wide. He'll get to it though down low. Battling for it. Gets knocked down by Kuznetsov. Now Whitecloud. Whitecloud through center. Puck will slide in on Jari. He will play with his stick. Cross ice pass 2-on-2. Nugent Hopkins with Mangiapane. Pass back Rosbeck to the Nuge. Just shot. Goes wide. Sharangovich will clear it. Down low into the Calgary zone. Flames will regroup in their own end. Pass back up to Coronado. 3-on-1. Coronado to Backlund. Backlund moves in. Shoots it. And it goes high and wide. Oilers get it back to center. McDavid. Cross ice pass. Here's Darnell Nurse on the breakaway. Pass in front. And it goes in on Cooley. He'll make the save. It was Wallman who joined the rush. Stolen back then by the Flames. They'll come back and regroup now in their own end. What a start to this second period. Multiple chances on both sides. Whitecloud. Right side. Cross ice pass into the zone. Kadri. Below the goal line. Pass in front. Deking it. Wraparound chance. What a block by Darnell Nurse. He would have had him beat. But Darnell Nurse, what a play. Here's McDavid through the zone. Cross ice pass deflected up top. Now Nurse a shot tipped and gloved by Cooley. What an exciting start to this second period. 14 minutes to go. 6 minutes gone and just chances left and right. And it don't even look like we're going to go to commercial. We're going to keep on going. Huge chances. Jesus. Back and forth. The wraparound chance for Zary. Nurse gets there in time. Cannot convert. Face off here now in the Calgary zone. Connor McDavid with 95 points this season leads the NHL. 5 points back of 100. Draisaitl up top. Stastny. Emberson shoots it on Cooley. He'll make the save. As I burp again while I'm talking. We'll go to commercial break. Here is, I will take a drink of water. 13:55 left to go in the second. 2-1 Flames. Cooley, he'll make the save. As I burp again. Thank you all for tuning in as always. If you're new to the channel, subscribe down below. I would greatly appreciate it. It's been a phenomenal week of commentary streams. I appreciate all of you guys giving me your ever-continuing support Really does mean a lot.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation. That's what the world's biggest airline can do for you, baby bro. I'm close.
Oh my God, I swear I've seen this Diamond Credit Union ad like 1,000 times. And y'all probably don't even know what that is, but it's a company close to me, and they play the ad on ESPN. I swear to God, I see it maybe 40 to 50 times a week, bro. This same couple looking at this big house. Seen it a bajillion times. All right, face-off coming here now in the Calgary zone, showing off Connor McDavid. The Milano Cortina Olympics will begin on Wednesday the 12th, or the first batch of NHL games. Exactly a week away from men's hockey, and I could not be more excited. We'll be live for 4 preliminary games, including some medal games as well. Through the zone, Frost to Gridden, fires it on. It goes back down low into the corner. Frost back up top. Weegar waits, fires it, blocked. Down low then, Darnell Nurse. Right side then, Gridden a shot, saved by Jari. Now Wallman off the boards. Draisaitl. Draisaitl through the zone to Nurse. Nurse fires it in on Cooley, who makes the save. Shots 14-12 in favor of Edmonton. Showing off Devin Cooley this season. .921 save percentage. Number 1 in the NHL. 2.22 goals against. Second in the NHL. He's been incredible this season in the games he's played. Not a lot of games, comparatively speaking, to other players, but still really well. Face-off now won by the Oilers. Now McDavid clears it back around behind the net. Ball back to Podkolzin. Stolen back then by Hyman, trying to keep that one in. Now Weegar to center. 2-on-2 the other way. Backlund fires it on. Now Ekholm trying to bank it off the boards up top. Ball fires it. And that one's tipped wide. At the point now, Whitecloud will shoot that one. Now up top. Ball to Whitecloud. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Calgary zone. Now ball hit down low by Hyman. He is hurting on the ground. And he is holding his arm, and Klapka getting into it with Hyman, who made the hit, and I think Ball might be hurt. He might have broke his arm. That's really tough to see there for Ball. Hopefully he's okay. The 2026 Milano Cortina Olympic Games begin on Wednesday, the 11th. Start off at a 10:30 a.m. matchup between Slovakia and Finland, followed by a little 3 p.m. game between Sweden and Italy. And those are the games that we got on the schedule for the opening day. We won't be live for those two. We'll be live the day after. Now we got a fight. It's Emberson versus Hanley. And you got to answer the bell. And this is the classic Battle of Alberta that we all know and love. Emberson getting into it. Some punches being thrown. Oh, this is a good one. Right in front of the boxes. Both helmets come off flinging punches at each other. Now they're holding each other, and they'll give each other a shake. What a fight. And stick taps from both sides. And that was a good one. Again, they went in there, gave each other a little pat on the back. And 5-minute major penalties there for Emberson and Hanley. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week. Most combined penalty minutes in a single game this season. You go back to the last time these two teams played each other on December 23rd. 154 combined penalty minutes in that game. And that game was a 5-1 win for the Oilers. Flames currently lead the season series 2-1. Cleared all the way back into the Calgary zone. Stastny played ahead then for Szymanski, who will dump that one down low. Now Parekh, held up there by Szymanski. Lazar, cleared back down low. Parekh trying to take that one back. Szymanski right on him. Puck comes back to center. Josh Szymanski still looking for his first career NHL goal. Here's Nurse. Played back down low then for Stastny. Stastny tries to clear to center. Now the Oilers regroup. Into the zone, offsides. For Edmonton. Shots 15-12. Showing off Chris Knobloch, third season as the Oilers head coach. Back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. Looking to get to a third this year. Face-off in the Oilers zone, won by Edmonton. Ekholm dumps it down low to ball. Battling for it down low. Flames get it back. Zary to center. Bouchard off the boards. Now cleared down low then by Gridden. Now with the puck. Jari back up then for Ekholm. Up to Mangiapane. Mangiapane backhands it down low now. Cooley takes it back. A turnover. Pass in front. And he redeemed himself. Blocked the pass with his stick. That could have been fatal. Kadri now trying to clear. Kept in then by Edmonton. Ekholm. Pass to Bouchard is wide. It comes out to center. Flames get it back. 3-on-2. Zary to Farabee. Farabee down low. Kadri. Kadri flicks the puck to Weegar. Intercepted then by the Oilers. It's Roslovic. Pass up to Mangiapane. Tried to send a pass to Ekholm. Intercepted there by the Flames. Now Mangiapane on the right side. Here come the Coronado a chance. That one's intercepted. He gets it back. Pass in front. Sharangovich trying to get a backhand on. And couldn't get it across. Pass up to the point to Weegar. He can't keep that one in the zone. We are coming up on the halfway mark of this second period and the game. 2-1 lead for Calgary. Sharangovich now battling for it down low with Nurse. Wallman to Coronado. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Calgary end. It will not be an icing as the Flames are the one that cleared it themselves. Parekh back up then to Huberdeau. Through center. Coming in then is Frost, who had a huge chance, was broken up there by the Oilers' defense. Cleared back up top, Parekh. Parekh. Back over then Huberdeau. Huberdeau, backhand pass is blocked. It comes back to center. Now Huberdeau. Pass to Gridden. Gridden comes in, drops back to Parekh. Parekh fires it, blocked by Ekholm with his stick. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid up then for Bouchard, who joins the rush. Drop back Kapanen, the pod Coles and fires it. Save rebound in front, and couldn't get the rebound chance. Plenty of chances here for the Oilers, but they can't get one more past Cooley. Here come the Flames the other way. Into the zone, Pospisil gets knocked off the puck, still keeps it, fires it through Jari's crease. Up top then Klapka. Klapka behind the net, wraparound chance in front, and he's hit off. Here's McDavid, back over then for Nugent-Hopkins. Cross to McDavid. McDavid, pass over! And they couldn't convert. Now 2-on-1 here for the Flames. Klapka with Weegar. Klapka can't get the shot on as rushing back was Nurse. Klapka drops it back. Kadri waits, fires it, saved by Jari. Stolen back then by the Oilers. Through center. Kadri has the puck in his jersey, gets it free. Through center now, Zary regrouping. Dumped into the zone. Pass over then to Kadri. Kadri to center. Farabee to Kadri. Up top, Whitecloud, he scores! It might have been tipped in front, but I think Zach Whitecloud will get the goal, at least as of now, 3-1. I think Zary actually got the tip in front. And that is Whitecloud's first point, I think. Or Whitecloud's first goal as a Flame. Why are they giving him the... Yeah, I can't really tell. Says it's a... Yeah, it looks like it is a deflection. Connor Zary, his 9th goal of the year, assisted by Whitecloud and Kadri. And now we got something here off the face-off as the Oilers and the Flames getting into it. Janmark and Pospisil having some words. They will throw Janmark and Pospisil in the box. And that's what the Battle of Alberta is about. Plenty of penalty minutes to be had. 4-on-4 coming up. Yep, 4-on-4. Shots are 16-15 in favor of the Oilers. But the Flames have been the ones that get the better of it. Janmark and Pospisil got into it before the faceoff even got through. Why are you watching it when you're at the game, brother? All right, 4-on-4, some freed up space on the ice. Faceoff won then by the Flames. Ball. Will break it now through center. Cross ice pass to Backlund. Backlund brings it through center. Backlund to Whitecloud. Whitecloud tried to feed that one up top. Backlund tried to backhand that one down low. Backlund to center. A shot saved by Jari. Now Ball. Down low here in the corner. Battling for that puck. Taken back then by McDavid. Stolen back by the Oilers. It's Draisaitl. Draisaitl 2-on-2 with Ekholm. Draisaitl behind the net. Can't get the wraparound. Cuts wide to McDavid. And Oilers regroup. Here's McDavid. 2-on-2. McDavid gets to center. Couldn't get to the front of the net. Up top, Draisaitl. Backhand off the post. Another post hit. High cadence. Back around behind the net then. Draisaitl. 7 minutes to go here in the second. Draisaitl to Nurse. Nurse a shot. And it goes off of Cooley and wide. McDavid battling for it then with Sharangovich. Played back then for Ball. Here's Sharangovich now through the neutral zone. Frost picks it up. Pass over, a shot. And near chance there for Yan Kuznetsov. Goes wide. Up top, Kadri hit down low by McDavid. Now Jake Wallman. Regrouping here in the Edmonton zone. 20 seconds to go. Darnell Nurse. 3-on-3. Will just decide to warp it back around. 4-on-4 nearly over. Into the zone now. Hyman waits, fires it. Saved by Cooley. And they cover up. 6:22 left to go here in period number 2. Chances from both sides. But Connor Zary with the 3rd goal of the game for the Flames. 3-1. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick. I will be right back, guys.
Genesis GB70 and GB8. Get 3.99% APR for 60 months and select Genesis vehicles. Exclusively at your Philadelphia area Genesis retailer.
There's going to work, and then there's building a business with business planning. There's nothing like having the backing to help keep your business moving, or working on the fly with the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like closing a deal with an unforgettable dinner and starting your work trip on a high note with the largest curated...
All right, I have returned. Sorry about that. Had to go use the restroom super quick. Why is my screen laggy? Hopefully that's just the Wi-Fi. Is your guys' quality good? Everything all good with you guys? It looks okay on my end, but if the audio's good and everything... All right, face-off coming up in the Calgary zone. Shots 19-15. Wait, Frederick ain't playing? Oh, why did I think Frederick was playing? The hell? I was today years old when I found that out. All right, face-off coming up here now in the Calgary end. 5 seconds to go of 4-on-4. Face-off won by the Oilers. Down low, Savoy. Around behind the net then, Roslovic. Warps it around up top. Fires it on, save. And we're back to 5-on-5. That was the 20th shot of the game there for the Oilers. They have been giving it to Devin Cooley. Here's Mangiapane, right side, up then for Savoy. Can't get it clearly. Now Kuznetsov down low. Huberdeau battling forward in the corner. Mangiapane trying to get it free there as well. Weegar off the boards for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov, cross-ice pass, broken up then by the Oilers. Mangiapane will dump that one down low. Out of the zone then, Kapanen, back to Mangiapane up top. Nurse's shot. Blocked, kept in by Wallman. What a keep. Staying in the zone then. Flames get it back. Cross-ice pass to Gridden. Gridden fires it on. And it goes Wadajari. Matvei Gridden's been very active tonight. This is a team that he scored his first NHL goal against. We were live for that game when he scored it. Became the fourth player in live commentary history to score their first NHL goal in a stream. Here's Parekh. Back over then for Farabee. Farabee drops it down low, then Zary. Up top, Hanley fires it. And through the traffic, it goes up and wide. Now Backlund past the center. Nobody is there. Zary. Intercepted then by Calgary on the right side. Here's Draisaitl. Draisaitl. Wraparound pass then for Kapanen. Stolen back by Hanley. Off the boards to center. Zary. Trying to bring it in. Oilers doing the wall. Now into the zone. Farabee will bank it off the boards. Back behind the net then Kadri. Right side. Zary. Down low. Farabee. Tried to feed that one up top. It's taken back out of the zone. Whitecloud to Ball, who will dump that one down low into the Edmonton zone. 4 minutes left in the second period. Flames lead by 2. They have taken 2 of the 3 here in this season series. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid through center. Wraps around in front of backhand. Save by Cooley. And that would have been a nice play by McDavid, but he could not convert. Still ticking down the clock. And McDavid rushes through. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. He does get the shot on, but doesn't get the goal. We'll be live tomorrow for Predators versus Capitals, followed by Golden Knights and Kings. Those will be our 2 games tomorrow.
But your OLED doesn't pop in the sun, dog. Stop riding up.
What about the corner here that no one can see from?
Anti-reflective screen, ultra-wide viewing angle, 0 point. Now, any scene in the house with the best scene in the house.
It's definitely software.
Everything's better with TCL.
Shop the early flight. See you there.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation.
All right.
That's what the world's biggest airline.
Every time you bet on the Oilers, they lose. The game's not over yet, bro. Still got another period left after this.
Wellness perfectly picked.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at the smile. He's having the time of his life in the Battle of Alberta. He's not overwhelmed. It's not too stressful for him. It's a great opportunity for him.
Face off here now in the Calgary zone. Won by Ekholm. Dumped down low behind the net. Hyman. Back then to McDavid. McDavid down low in the corner. Fed up top to Ekholm. Ekholm a shot into the chest of Cooley. Need the Oilers for a 2K win. Yeah, good luck, bro. We'll see. They're getting the chances on Cooley, but he's been phenomenal. Face off now in the Calgary zone. Won by the Oilers. Now Ekholm down low in the corner. 3.5 minutes to go in the middle frame. Ekholm trying to break it free down low. Hyman to McDavid. Connor McDavid up top to Ekholm. Back behind the net then for Hyman, who's knocked off the boards. Whitecloud tries to clear. And cleared to center. Here's Coronado. 2-on-1. Coronado waits. Fires it. Saved by Jarry. Rebounds in front. Stolen back then by Edmonton. Here's Bouchard. Bouchard back to McDavid. McDavid pass over. Blocked off the skate. And we got a whistle blown. And a penalty's coming up. And it's against the Calgary Flames. And Coronado and the Oilers will get a chance to put their best power play in the league to work once again. And we'll see what they can do. And honestly, this is a huge power play coming up for Edmonton. A real chance to get themselves back into the game. Hopefully, they'll be able to convert on it. If you're an Oilers fan. If you're a Flames fan, you hope not, obviously. Face off in the Calgary zone. Are you trying to do some like reverse jinx, Cole? Or are you being serious? 22-16. This power play will span until the last minute of play in the second. Face off in the Calgary zone. Won by the Flames. They'll backhand it all the way into the Edmonton zone. Evan Bouchard behind the net. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Draisaitl drops it back to Connor McDavid with speed. McDavid circles around up top. Draisaitl. Draisaitl to McDavid. McDavid shoots it. Save, rebound, over, pass in front, jabbing at that puck. Cooley keeps it out. Devin Cooley, have yourself a night. Unbelievable stop. Devin Cooley, 24 shots on, 23 saves. Face-off won by Edmonton. Bouchard to Nuge. Pass back to McDavid. McDavid loops it around. Feeds it up top. Bouchard fires it, tipped, and goes wide. Had tears dripping down my leg. Here come the Flames, now shorthanded. Farabee. Backlund. Pass over is blocked. Now Ball will backhand it around behind the net. Evan Bouchard to Nuge. Nuge drops it back to McDavid, who almost turned over the puck. Takes it back. Connor McDavid through the zone. Drops it back. Draisaitl up top to Bouchard. Bouchard to Nuge. Nuge to McDavid. Up top, Bouchard. Back over. Oh my God. They score. Leon Draisaitl. Power play goal. And the Oilers are within one. Second power play goal of the game and second goal of the game for Leon Draisaitl with a down flame on the ice. I thought Cooley made the save initially. I thought Cooley dove over and made the glove save. That's why I said, oh my God. Leon Draisaitl from essentially the goal line once again. It is now 3-2. Sharangovich was down on the ice for a pretty long period of time. They didn't blow the whistle. Draisaitl, 29th goal of the year from Bouchard and McDavid. That's Bouchard's second point of the night. Draisaitl's second point and goal of the night. Face off now here at center ice. One back by the Oilers. They'll regroup in their own end. Cross ice pass. Wallman. Podkolzin now through the zone. Vasily Podkolzin. Down the right side. Feeds it up top. Emberson to Podkolzin. Stolen back then by the Flames. Drop back down low then Stastny. We are approaching the final minute of play here in the second period. Kasperi Kapanen will look for options here. Sends a cross ice pass through the neutral zone. Kapanen fires it on. It goes up in the air. And back down low. Played up top, Farabee. Back over then for Kadri. 2-on-3. Kadri to Farabee. Backhanded pass around behind the net. 38 seconds to go. Kadri feeds it up top, Whitecloud. Whitecloud waits. Down low, Farabee. Pass in front. Deking in is Zary. Pass in front for Kadri. Can't get the shot on. Oilers clear it the other way. 20 seconds to go. Icing. Icing now against the Oilers. So Draisaitl with 2 goals tonight. Bouchard with 2 assists. McDavid and Nuge with the assists. Greedon with a goal and an assist. Weegar with 2 assists. 4 multi-point games tonight. Szymanski now versus Kadri with 17 seconds to go. Face-off won by the Flames. Zary, right side, down low then for Kadri. Kadri, up top. Ball to Whitecloud. Fires it on. Goes wide. And a chance there for Kadri. Nearly tucked it away. Puck will go to center. And that'll do it. End of 40 minutes of play. A late goal by Leon Draisaitl, followed by the Connor Zary tip in front. Makes it a 3-2 hockey game through 40 minutes of play. And a very interesting third period coming up in just a moment. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period momentarily. That being said, folks, intermission report will start up soon. We'll go over the games so far in the second period. We will talk about the games going on currently once again, and we'll go over the upcoming games as well. Here is the trivia question. Once again, who has the most points all time in the Battle of Alberta? It is active or former. Guess your answers in the comment section down below. I will reveal the answer during the first commercial break of period number 3.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation. That's what the world's biggest airline can do for you, baby bro.
I'm 26. There's going out to eat, and then there's going all out with fun. There's nothing like having an in with priority notify and turning a regular Thursday into the day you try this, and this. And with up to $400 in Resi credit, there's nothing like having an excuse to do it all over.
40 minutes of play gone here in Calgary as the Oilers are now within 1. 2 goals in that second period. Connor Zary and Leon Draisaitl. Shots are 25-16 in favor of the Oilers. Let's take a look at the 2 goals that have occurred. First off, the Zary one. It starts with the Flames moving it around in their own zone, and at the point, White Cloud just wristers a shot on net, and Zary tips it in front. And it is a 3-1 hockey game to that point. Oilers get a late power play. On that play, you see Sharangovich get knocked down by Draisaitl, frozen on the ground. Passing play, Bouchard to Draisaitl, who tucks it right on the goal line into the net. And it's a 3-2 hockey game. Draisaitl with 2 tonight. And with that, he scores his 11th goal on a commentary stream. He is now tied with William Nylander for second place all time. He is also the 7th player to reach 10 goals in commentary history.
Entertaining game, great tilt too. Great fight. Small hockey there. 10 games on top throughout the NHL. Let's show you what's happening around the league. Extensive highlights. Canucks and Golden Knights over on Sportsnet.
So good second period there. Let's take a look at the other scores around the NHL currently. Again, there was 10 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Let's go over the games that have just wrapped up, and also the games that are still going on currently. Since we last talked, the Avalanche defeated the Sharks 4-2. Mammoth beat the Red Wings 4-1. Big win there for the Utah Mammoth. Blues and Stars, third period currently. It is 4-2 in favor of Dallas in that game. Canucks and Golden Knights, 3-2 Vegas. And then Kraken and Kings is 3-2 in favor of Seattle. We'll go over the upcoming games here in just a moment. There is a 7-game slate tomorrow, and then that will do it until February 25th. So we go 20 days without NHL hockey. here in the second intermission. We'll go over those in just a moment. Giving myself some time in between everything here. Still got about like 30 minutes. Or not 30 minutes, like 10 minutes till the start of the third.
We didn't even show the Werenski goal, too. He's got 20 goals. Yeah, Werenski's unbelievable this year. Maybe the front runner for the most. We'll see. Danton Hyman beating Spencer Knight. Jackets are now 10-1 with Rick Donis. They got the bonus bump. They're nice in the East going. Oh, look at this. Okay, Zach, we see you. That's pretty cool he's doing that. I think that's awesome. So at least the Kraken and Kings know Artemi Panarin tonight. They did trade for him earlier, though. Vince Dunn. This is a defenseman. That's pretty saucy right there. Pretty nice beats Darcy Kemper, the Canadian keeper. And then Andre Fiala. Fiala had his skates on the wrong feet here. There, you take this. You got the last one here. Red Wings and Mammoth will be all you. And we can tell you right there, it's 3-2 Kraken on top.
All right. I always wanted to do this. Red Wings, Mammoth, Red Wings. What a season they're having, picking up in the third period. Schmaltzy, this kid's on fire. He has the most shots from the slot.
Does he?
NHL.
Yeah, you making that up? Are you sure?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
And here we go in the third. Jumper in. 5-hole. That's the new favorite spot to shoot for players in the league now. 4-1, Mammoth. Surprise, maybe? Surprise the Red Wings, TA?
Yeah, Mammoth are right there, too. Brendan Parker, Aaron Francis. But an entertaining one in Calgary. 3-2 Flames on top. What's first net?
All right. Let's go over the upcoming games tomorrow in the NHL. Kick off with Penguins Sabres at 7 o'clock. That'll be a big Eastern Conference matchup. Islanders and Devils. Who has a series lead? It's Calgary, 2-1. Isles Devils at 7 o'clock. That'll be a fun game. Hurricanes and Rangers also. That'll be a good one too. Sens and Flyers. Me versus my buddy LeBlanc. Preds and Caps. That should be a pretty good matchup. We're live streaming that tomorrow. Get to see Stamkos, Ovechkin. Panthers and Lightning at 7:30. And then Golden Knights and Kings at 10. And that will be it for 20 days while the Olympic breaks are going on. We'll be live for Preds Caps and Kings Knights tomorrow.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation. That's what the world's biggest airline can do for you, baby bro.
I'm 20. At Private Fitness, no two members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment. And they do it for different reasons. You're a mythical beast.
Thank you all for tuning in as always. I appreciate it.
They're all strong. That's right. We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness. One more, everybody.
One more? Hey there, Coach. Yeah. What? Your birthday. I'm through there here to see the commissioner of coverage.
When health insurance doesn't cover everything, what's the move?
What commissioner means is that act like you can cash your health and all those medical bills.
We think you're amazing.
I came to see you, huh? Health expenses. Health insurance doesn't cover.
An official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
How do we get up?
Man, they gotta ask about their work. They are. If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog.
I hope you lose your bet, Ryan. Oh my God. Well, I mean, hey, he is betting against your team, I guess. Shouldn't gamble what you can't afford to lose. It's true.
The Flames have the narrow margin after a
I do agree with that sentiment.
Upcoming here in Calgary, Brendan Parker back alongside Pat Steinberg and Eric Francis. There was a trade prior to the Olympic trade freeze, and it was a big one, I think, in terms of NHL standards. Artemi Panarin traded to the Los Angeles Kings, Liam Greentree, and a conditional third-round pick going to the New York Rangers. And while that doesn't affect these two teams officially, it kind of does in many ways. He was one of those big pieces, Eric, that teams, I think, were waiting to see move. How does it affect the Oilers and the Flames?
Yeah, I think certainly with the Flames, I think universally around the league, everyone understands that that was a bit of an underwhelming return in exchange for a true bona fide star in the National Hockey League. And what I think it does is serve to underline just how hard it is to get full value for players in today's game. Yes, there's a lot of competition for these guys, but so few teams are able to kind of give the sort of return that teams are looking for.
All right. Still in second intermission.
3 years left on his deal, $7 million a year. These are things that all factor into a trade. His age at 35 years of age. Teams are not all that willing to cough up a lot for it, and I think we saw that in the Panarin deal.
It should be noted, by the way, that he did sign a 2-year extension, too, which, you know, a lot of teams want to have that.
And the Rangers also had to eat half of his salary. So there was a lot of give and take in it. And at the end of the day, people would have thought that guy would get a whole lot more.
Well, it's really interesting because you mentioned the retention and the extension, and Panarin also had a full no move, which kind of took a lot of leverage away from the New York Rangers. But I think it applies to Kadri, who's 35. Panarin's 34, so I think it applies to Kadri. I think it applies to 34-year-old Blake Coleman. I even think it applies to the Oilers because there's buzz about an Andrew Mangiapane trade and whether or not they're going to be able to find him a new home. And there's a lot of buzz about the Oilers potentially going out and adding some offensive depth, so maybe it impacts the type of price they're going to have to pay to bring somebody in. But maybe more than anything else, I think, guys, it underlines how difficult it is to get first-round picks right now. And we're going to talk about Rasmus Andersson in just a second. And this really, I think, underlines how good a job the Flames did in driving that price up on Rasmus Andersson a few weeks ago. Because I can tell you that the initial ask or the initial offer from Vegas did not have a first-round pick in it. And Craig Conroy had to grind that to get a first-round pick. It is hard to get first-round picks in deals these days. And I think this Artemi Panarin deal is a really, really large underlining of that.
Well, you mentioned Rasmus Andersson, and you had an hour-long conversation with him yesterday, and as he so does, he was very outspoken. I would say open with you, and it'll be out on sportsnet.ca.
Yeah, it'll be out tomorrow, and boy, it was fascinating. You know, he revealed a lot of things that we didn't know about his situation. We all praise him for keeping it out of being a distraction. It started in the summer. He was at a wedding in Sweden for his best friend, and he was told he got traded to the LA Kings. Said it came with an extension. He said, I don't want to extend right now. My value's down. I don't want to sign for that sort of money. I'll give you a list of 7 teams that I would consider extending with, which really helps the Calgary Flames out. He said he was close with a deal with 2 other teams, but after July 15 heard nothing, came to camp, no significant talks with the Flames at any point in time about a contract extension, knew he was going to be on the move, and then came an emotional grind. While they were in Chicago on a recent road trip, he was told he had a deal in place with the Boston Bruins. Elliot Friedman reported at the time 7 years times $9 million. He just wanted a little more things fixed in terms of trade protection, but for 3 days, it hung over Rasmus Andersson's head, and then he played that game against the Islanders, that afternoon game. We all remembered this. He knew that it was probably his last game, and after 3 days, he still didn't have clarity with the Bruins, and he said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. He went to the Flames the next morning. He said, I'm not talking extension with anybody for the rest of the year. 4 hours later, the Calgary Flames traded him, and the rest is history. But you know, the one thing he did say, he really had praise for Chris Tanev, because he said he learned from Tanev about the importance of being honest with his teammates and being told.
All right.
And he said he was the whole year long. Him and
Just listening to this, them talking about Rasmus Andersson. Sorry, guys.
him being traded and all that. So he was very grateful for his time. Grateful for that.
A couple of quotes here that you wanted to get in from your conversation. I think these ones are important in terms of his memories in Calgary, too.
Yeah, he did give it everything every game. I think people will remember him for that. And he wanted to let everybody know how grateful he was for all the support over 10 years as a Calgary Flame. And he also said, in typical Rasmus fashion, I'm sorry I'm no Quinn Hughes, where you get 8 first-round picks. He can't believe that there are people who are saying he handcuffed the team. Getting 4 pieces back for Rasmus Andersson was a great return.
And it's so fascinating. So you
get all that information, and it kind of adds so much more clarity. Because that Thursday night in Chicago to end off that road trip, I remember I was getting nonstop texts. I think it's done. I think it's done. I think it's done. And then they come back. He's on the plane the next Friday. He comes back. He plays against the Islanders, and it turns out that's exactly what had happened. The deal was done, but then all of a sudden it went silent, and it went radio silence for us as well. Didn't happen until the following Sunday. That's fascinating stuff, Eric. Look forward to that article on sportsnet.ca.
All right. Third period coming up here after this commercial break. We are almost there. We just crossed over the 2,000 view mark for this commentary. Thank you guys so much. Yet again, another 2,000 view stream this month. I really appreciate all you guys' support. That is the fourth one of 5 this month that has crossed over the 2,000 view mark. You guys are unbelievable. Thank you so much. All right. All right, just crossed over midnight here on the East Coast. So we get ready for period number 3 in just a little bit.
If history has taught us anything, it's not to root against the underdog. It pays to know what's coming.
Alrighty, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Connor Zary and Leon Draisaitl, as we have a 1-goal game heading into the third and final period of this game. Stats through 40 minutes of play. Shots 25-16 in favor of the Oilers. Faceoffs are a crispy 60% in favor of Edmonton. Power plays, Oilers 2 for 3. Flames 2 for 3. Hits are 14-5. Block shots 9-7. Here we go. Period number 3 between the Flames and the Oilers is underway. Face-off is won back then by Edmonton. In the zone now, Darnell Nurse will clear it down low. Now battling for it off the boards, Kuznetsov. Right side then for Farabee. Stolen back then by Edmonton. Trying to keep that one down low then as Wallman. Kuznetsov tried to dump that one up and away. Taken back then by Farabee. Through center now Backlund. Mikael Backlund with speed. Stolen back then by Zary here, battling for it in the neutral zone. Puck will slide back into the Edmonton zone. Coronado raced for it. Was played away then by Jari. Down low now, Backlund. Looks. Pass in front. Coronado couldn't get to him. He does get it. Dekes around, trying to get around Wallman. Wallman holding him to the outside. Tried to throw a pass to center. Golden Knights take it back. Off the boards now, Jake Wallman will regroup here in his own end. Back up to McDavid. Connor McDavid through center. Will backhand that one into the Calgary end. White Cloud battling for it now down low. Back to Ball. Kevin Ball will clear it off the boards. Through center then. Frost, a wraparound pass. Up then for Huberdeau. Fires it. Save again by Jarry. Tristan Jarry, 3 goals on 17 shots. Here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Pass over! And denied by Cooley Hyman. What a stop. Off the boards now, Lomberg. Lomberg dropped back. A shot from the point, Pospisil. And it deflects wide. Up top, Kuznetsov. Back, Weegar to Kuznetsov. A shot. Saved by Jarry. Rebounds there in front, jabbing at that puck. And it comes back over to the right side. Shots 26-17. Pospisil up top. Kuznetsov a shot. Saved by Jarry. Rebound is gloved as well. And now these two teams picking up right where they left off at the end of the second. There you go. What a great feed by Connor McDavid on that pass backdoor. Shots 26-19. It's been a phenomenal game by Devin Cooley. Jarry's played a little better recently since that third goal. Face-off now won by Edmonton. Savoy now pass to center. Szymanski back to Savoy. Savoy will backhand it around then behind the net. Szymanski plays it down low. Savoy. Matt Savoy feeds it up top. Zary will clear to center. Now Roslovic will have to regroup. Roslovic around for Kadri. Roslovic fires it, blocked. Trying to keep that one in the zone. Puck goes up in the air, then Kadri will dump it back into the Oilers' end. Here with it behind the net is Ty Emberson. Emberson. Cross-ice pass through center then for Wallman. Broken up then by the Flames. Greedon. Pass back down low then. Frost to Gridden. Up top. Ball a shot. And denied by Jarry. Kept in by Huberdeau. Oilers intercepted back. Janmark. Into the zone. Right side. Over a backhand by Lazar. Goes wide. Ball to Frost. Morgan Frost now carrying it through center. Dumped down low into the Edmonton end. Flames with the early pressure. Lomberg up top. Weegar to Lomberg. Try to dump that one down low. Banked off the boards to center. Now Weegar gets it back here for the Flames. Stolen back by Nurse. Battling for it in the corner. Weegar will clear that one all the way around. And back into the Calgary end. Lomberg. Back over then Kuznetsov to Pospisil. Back to Kuznetsov. Over then for Weegar. Weegar to Pospisil, who will chip that one down low into the zone. 4 minutes gone here in the third. Chances for both sides. But it stays a 1-goal game. Bouchard ahead then for Podkolzin. Drop back. Kapanen a shot. And saved by Cooley. It goes in! It's in the net! The Oilers have tied the game! How did that happen? Kasperi Kapanen ties the game. I need to see this again. How in the name of God did that puck cross the goal line? I thought Cooley had it. Oh my gosh. It just trickles in. He got the original save and it just trickled in behind him. Kasperi Kapanen from Podkolzin and Bouchard. 3-point game from Evan Bouchard. And we are tied. Where are the Oilers haters at now? Here's Sharon Govic's shot. That one goes wide. Puck in front. How did that stay out? Right side now, Whitecloud. Throws it in front. Deflected back down low. Now Ekholm. Back around to Hyman. Zach Hyman off the boards to center. Nugent Hopkins backhands it down low. McDavid. McDavid in front. Nugent Hopkins a shot. And it goes high and wide. Up top, Bouchard to drive. Goes back down low. McDavid behind the net. Connor McDavid trying to kick it. Stolen back then by the Flames. Backlund through the zone to center. Coronado intercepted by the Oilers. Here they come the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Savoy dekes around. What a move. Fires it. Save. Rebounds in front. Denied by Cooley. Played back up top. Roslovic trying to move to center. Jack Roslovic around behind the net. Hit off by Kuznetsov. Weegar. Puck will slide all the way in on Jari, who will play it off the boards. No icing. Roslovic. Back to Savoy, who dumps it down low into the Calgary end. Cleared around then behind the net. Perek battling for it. Right side to Frost. Off the boards now Hanley. Through center. Tipped way up in the air. And back behind the net. Here's Stastny trying to poke check it away. Back to center. Klapka. And back and forth chance from both fan bases here tonight. Just like the Leafs and Oilers yesterday. Perek up top, fires it on, and it goes back onto the netting behind the net. For a second, I thought that went in. Here's Klapka right side up top. Hanley gets it back. Now Pospisil. Shot on net goes wide. Up top, Kadri. Tries firing it on down low, slides in on Jari. Rebound in front, they score! Ryan Lomberg! The go-ahead goal! And the Flames regain the lead. Ryan Lomberg, his 4th of the year. Kadri's 2nd point of the night. White Cloud's 2nd point of the night. And the Flames are back in front, 4-3. And the rebound off of Jari. Lomberg picks it up. His 4th goal of the year. I still remember that goal he scored on his bobblehead night last season against the Wild. And not a great goal there for Jari to allow. Giving up a rebound. And the Flames are back in the lead. Kadri fires it wide. Now Podkolzin clears all the way back into the Calgary zone. Cooley out of his net back then for Ball. Ball to Kadri. Kadri intercepted then by Podkolzin. Played back down low Wallman. Wallman to Podkolzin. Back to Draisaitl. Intercepted by the Flames. Zary. Oilers get it back. Here they come the other way. Podkolzin waits. Feeds it up top. Nurse fires it on. Blocked in front by Weegar. Flames get it back to center. Nurse holding it now for Edmonton. Darnell Nurse back to Kapanen. Cross ice pass. Intercepted by Coronado. He takes it from McDavid and flicks it back into the Edmonton zone. What a game by Coronado tonight. Banked all the way to center. Now Kuznetsov. Over for White Cloud, who regroups. White Cloud backhands it in. Over then for Hyman. Hyman fighting now with McDavid. Tonight was Evan Bouchard's 300th career point. Here's a chance for Sharangovich, and that one goes up and wide. Kuznetsov turns it over. Here comes Hyman. Hyman flicks it into the Calgary zone. 8 minutes gone here in the 3rd period. The Flames have regained the lead. Here's McDavid. McDavid with some room. Pass in front. Nuge. Up top to Bouchard. Bouchard to Ekholm. A shot. Tipped in front. Save. Rebound goes down low. McDavid up to the point. Bouchard a drive. And that one is denied by Cooley. Played back to center. Sharangovich will gain the red line and dump it down low. What a sequence and what a game tonight has been. 11-10 left in the 3rd. Flames lead by 1. Bouchard Centering pass back into the Calgary end. Roslovic down low. Trying to feed that one up top. Here's Szymanski. Gets knocked down low into the corner behind the net. Then Roslovic in front. Denied by Cooley. Keeping it cool. Devin Cooley, what a stop. What a game from the young netminder. Kasperi Kapanen and Ryan Lomberg. We are nearly halfway through the third period. Flames lead 4-3. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 teams. Tomorrow we have Predators, Capitals, followed by Golden Knights and Kings.
This is a story that makes everyone cry. Laugh, cry, ugly cry, and definitely totally not cry. But it's okay. You can always blame it on the altitude.
Vivid Seats lowest price guarantee. Means you get lower ticket prices in the Vivid Seats app. Guaranteed.
What a game we got on our hands here tonight. The final game of the Battle of Alberta this season between these two teams. Honestly, it couldn't be any better than this, not going to lie. All right, back from commercial break. 10:47 left to go in the third. We are approaching the halfway mark. And some incredible chances here for the Edmonton Oilers to tie the game. But Devin Cooley, after that flunder earlier to give up the game-tying goal after his team gets the go-ahead goal, he stood tall. And we'll see if that stays the same. Shots in this period, 9-8 in favor of Calgary. It's been a very even game in this period for sure. Backhand in front, saved by Cooley. Rebounds there. He keeps it out. As Darnell Nurse getting into it there down low with Cooley. Not 323 shots. No, that'd be insane. Face off now again in the Calgary zone. I guess that doesn't count as a shot. It says 34 on Sportsnet. I'll believe Sportsnet. Face off won by the Oilers. Draisaitl battling for it down low now in the corner with Kuznetsov. Kapanen trying to feed it up top. Loses it. Back down low. Draisaitl. Behind the net then. Podkolzin. Up top, Wallman. Wallman to Nurse. Nurse to Podkolzin. Oilers trying to keep it in. They will fail to do so. Puck is banked back into the Edmonton end. Wallman picks it up. Jake Wallman down low, battling for it with Connor Zary. Flames get it now in the Edmonton end. Kadri a shot. And that one could not go through. Here's Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl with 2 tonight. Banks it down low. Now Draisaitl trying to get that puck free on the right side. Back over then for Kadri. Stolen back by Hyman. Intercepted. Kadri off the boards to Zary. Zary will flick it all the way back out to center. Nurse. Back up then for Hyman. Hyman gets tripped. He may have fell on himself there. Couldn't really tell from the angle. Down low now. Back up to Hyman and then Bouchard to the point. Bouchard down low. Turnover. Now Backlund off the boards. Back to center. Back home to McDavid. McDavid looks. Back over then Nuge to Bouchard. Bouchard up top. Ekholm waits. Circles it back around, battling for it now in the corner. Fed back to McDavid. McDavid fires it. It goes wide. Here's Nugent-Hopkins now with the puck. Tip back around to the corner. McDavid. Up top, Ekholm. Cleared around now behind the net, back to Nugent-Hopkins. Oilers just kind of moving it to the outside. And we have a penalty coming up here. And it's against the Flames. And it looks like we're going to get a Oilers power play at a big time. We'll head to commercial break super quick. 8:42 left in the second. Oilers power play coming up. All right. We have the answer to the Watch with Nordic trivia question. The trivia question was, who has the most points all time in the Battle of Alberta? This should be very easy. It is Wayne Gretzky. 132 points in all-time Battle of Alberta games. It was not just the Oilers. It could have been a Flames player as well. But Wayne Gretzky is the answer to this stream's Watch with Nordic trivia question. There you go.
Genesis GB70 and GB80. Get 3.99% APR for 60 months on select Genesis vehicles. Exclusively for Philadelphia area Genesis retail.
Winner gets the 120 million payout with top prizes of 2.5 million. Just you wait till next time. Rematch next week. Let's play it by ear, peepons.
All right. Very crucial. Edmonton power play coming up. Yep, it was Wayne Gretzky. Spring training coming up soon in the MLB. First Blue Jays game is against my Phillies on February 21st. You know we'll probably be watching. We'll see. I've really developed a love for baseball, so all right. It is Weegar to the box for hooking. A 2-minute power play here for the Oilers, and this could not have come at a more crucial time. Huge face-off and a huge 2 minutes here for Edmonton. Oilers are 2 for 3. Their power play, number 1 in the NHL. Flames PK heading into the night, number 6. Face-off. Won by Calgary, immediately cleared. Oilers will have to start the game from their own zone. Bouchard up to Draisaitl. Draisaitl back up to McDavid. McDavid to center. Fires it, and it goes wide. Flames get it back. They will slap shot it down the other way. Now Bouchard. 8:14 to go in the third. Evan Bouchard drops it back to McDavid. McDavid loses an edge, dumps it back down low. Cleared back behind the net, then Cooley can't get to it in time. Now Nuge battling for it down low with Whitecloud. Tie up here down low as the puck can't get free. Finally, Hyman gets it loose. Flames get it right back, and it's tipped out of play. Oh, no, it stays in play. I thought it went out. The fans reacted like it went out of play. Sharon Govich, short-handed, will dump it into the Edmonton zone. Jari can't play the puck. He'll be forced to cover. And would you look at that? The Calgary Flames, who have played, honestly, pretty well defensively in this game, especially in this third period. A lot of it from Devin Cooley. All right, face-off now in the Oilers zone, won by Edmonton. Now McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Connor McDavid. McDavid through center, back to Draisaitl now on the right side. Banks it back up to the point to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. Finally, the Oilers set up. McDavid to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to Bouchard. A shot. Save. Rebounds there. And cleared by Calgary. "25 seconds left on the power play. Evan Bouchard through the zone. Drop back to McDavid. McDavid comes in. Backhanded up to Nuge. Nuge to Draisaitl. Tipped over in front. Hyman can't get it. McDavid. Pass all the way around. Stays in the zone. Draisaitl tied up in his feet. Power play will wind down. That will do it. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Edmonton end. A huge penalty kill by the Flames. A loud "Go Flames, go" chant here. Wallman through center, then back into the zone. Klapka takes it back, dumped to center. Szymanski through the zone, back to Ekholm, who goes off sides. Flames got to get it back. Klapka will dump it down low. Behind the net, then picking it up is Wallman. Wallman through center. Perek intercepted. Stolen back then by the Flames. Klapka to Zary. Zary trying to deke in, gets held off the puck. Now battling forward with Ekholm is Kadri. Kadri backhands it down low to Zary. Zary in the corner, gets knocked down by Wallman, and puck is underneath him, and he is hurt. I think. Yeah, 5-on-5 for the Oilers definitely needs to improve. Having to rely on power plays, it's great and all, but it's not always useful. We are approaching crunch time. 5:37 left to go in the third period. Flames lead the Oilers by 1. Who are my favorites? I think the Flames will probably hold on and win. But it would not surprise me the slightest if the Oilers come back and tie it at least and force overtime. That's what they love to do. Thank you, music. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I do the best I can, but I can never do it without you guys supporting me. Almost done.
This is a story that makes everyone cry. Laugh, cry, ugly cry, and definitely totally not cry. But it's okay. You can always blame
All right. Almost done this commercial break. Probably the last one or second last one before we get into the final couple minutes here of the third period. Stick around, everyone. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would really appreciate it. All right. Highlighting Devin Cooley. Let's go through the goaltender stats here tonight. Starting off on the Oilers end, Tristan Jarry, 21 saves on 25 shots, .840 save percentage. Need this parlay hit waiting on the Oilers comeback. Good luck, bro. Devin Cooley, 32 saves on 35 shots. An incredibly respectable .914 save percentage. Face-off here now outside of the Edmonton zone. 5.5 minutes to go. Flames lead by 1. Draisaitl tried to send a pass to Kapanen. That is offsides and a half. Holy crap. Flames will regroup. Through the neutral zone now. Weegar off the boards. Kapanen then down low. Kasperi Kapanen through the zone. Podkolzin bringing it in as well. Kapanen Trying to feed it up top. Kuznetsov to Kadri. Nazem Kadri, 3-on-2. Back down low to Farabee. Stolen back then by Kapanen. Kasperi Kapanen. Around now behind the net to Draisaitl. Draisaitl brings it down the right side. Tries to feed it up to the point. And it comes back all the way into the Edmonton zone. Bouchard will skate it back and reassess. 4.5 to go in the third. Interception in front. Sharangovich pass over, and Coronado could not tuck it. Would have put the game away. Bouchard cleared up then for McDavid. Stretch pass is a delayed offsides. And an icing. Oh, out of play. Never mind. Out of play. Thought it was an icing for some reason. 4:13 left to go. Back-to-back here for Edmonton. I don't know if I mentioned. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. Face-off coming at center ice. Oilers need to get that puck in the zone and get shots on. I mean, you know, once they set up, they'll be able to. For sure. Here's Huberdeau now on the right side. Trying to clear that one down low into the corner. Emberson fighting with Frost. Ty Emberson played back to Roslovic. Off the board, Savoy. Back down low then for Emberson. Ty Emberson. Pass to center, intercepted. Roslovic waits, puck to center. And Mangiapane can't get a shot. Good morning, JJ. How you doing, brother? Mangiapane now battling for it on the right side with Gritton. Back over then for Nurse. Cleared into the zone and an icing against the Oilers. You excited for the Olympics, JJ? It's going to be fun. Like, if you're able to watch the streams, you'll actually be able to see the whole thing, because I'll be up at the crack of dawn here in the States. Not a lot of shots here these last few minutes. 4-3 Flames. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Almost 60 away from 4,500. Coronado shoots it on. Puck goes wide up top. 3.5 minutes to go. Coronado fighting with Bouchard. Draisaitl to Connor McDavid. McDavid into the zone. Drop pass back to Bouchard. Bouchard up top. McDavid to center. Draisaitl hits it wide. Oh my gosh, I thought he got him top corner for a second. McDavid knocked down to the ground. Here come the Flames the other way. 3-on-2. Backlund to Sharangovich. Shoots it. Save rebounds in front. Denied. Another chance. Also stopped by Tristan Jarry. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid drops it back to Bouchard. Bouchard to McDavid. Up top. Ekholm a shot. Denied by Cooley. Flames trying to get it out. Ekholm keeps it in. Ekholm to McDavid. Down low Kapanen. Kapanen to Ekholm. Ekholm to Bouchard. Keep an eye out for Jarry. McDavid to Draisaitl. Pass in front. Intercepted. Cleared the other way. Not enough for an icing. Oh my lord. Shots 37-27. Cooley with 2 massive saves. Wallman will dump that one down low. And an icing. Oh my gosh. Icing against the Oilers with 2:06 left to go. And I thought Draisaitl tied it. I thought Draisaitl was going to get it right there. .206. Shots 37-27. Face-off won by Edmonton. Through the neutral zone now. Wallman back to Roslovic. Poke checked away back to center. Edmonton will regroup. Podkolzin the Kapanen. Banked off the boards to center. Kasperi Kapanen will dump that one then into the Calgary end. Less than 2 minutes to play. They can't even get time in the offensive zone. Get that top line out there. Come on. Here they come. 1:30 in the third. Jarry's going to come. Empty net for the Oilers. Oh, that's the late pen. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid through center. Back up then Draisaitl. Tied up by the Flames. Ball will clear out to center. Approaching the final minute of play in regulation. Connor McDavid through center to Draisaitl. Fires it. Saved by Cooley. He forces the cover. .58 seconds left. The Oilers will get a chance to set up. Shots are 38-27. .58.9. Backlund versus Draisaitl. Face-off won by the Oilers. Ekholm to Bouchard. Down low, Hyman. Backlund battling for it. He will clear towards the empty net wide. Icing. Face-off back in the Calgary zone. You always know that when the Oilers and the Flames play, you're going to get a show. You never know how it's going to end. Face-off won by the Oilers. Ekholm to McDavid. McDavid battling forward with Backlund. Up top, Ekholm cleared around behind the net. 35 seconds left. Draisaitl to Bouchard. Down low, intercepted. Sharangovich now one-on-one. Will shoot for the empty net. Just wide. Not enough for an icing. 20 seconds left to go. McDavid gets around Sharangovich. Connor McDavid through the zone. Comes in. Glove by Cooley. McDavid crashed into Cooley. He's looking at his wrist. Cooley's holding his wrist. Oh my God. 15 seconds left on the clock. 15. That is dangerous. Hopefully Devin Cooley is all right. When Cooley held onto his wrist, I thought for a second McDavid cut him. Face off. One. Oh, blown dead. Blown dead. Blown dead. Blown dead. Blown dead. Shots 39-25. 15 seconds left. You never know with these Oilers. Up top, Bouchard. Trying to deke around. Puck is cleared out to center. Racing forward is Ekholm. 5 seconds left. McDavid to Draisaitl. He trips, and that'll do it. And the Calgary Flames take the series win over the Edmonton Oilers. He's just trying to get attention. Ignore him. What a win for the Flames. Devin Cooley, 36 saves. Unbelievable. What a game for the Flames. Holy crap. And usually when it's a game like that, there's always that feeling in the back of my head that the Oilers will tie, because they always do that. But the Flames hold on this time. Shots 39-25. What a game. Multi-point performances from Draisaitl. Bouchard had 3 assists. Kadri, Greedon, Whitecloud, Weegar. What a game. All right. That'll do it for me. You are. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We'll be back tomorrow. Predators versus Caps and Kings versus Golden Knights. Thank you all for tuning in as always, and I will see you